My name is Nelson Young, and I live in Kirkland, Washington, and I've been training with Jeremy since 2010, so that makes it about 7 years. My weight loss story with Jeremy, something that was, I'd say, emotionally rooted in my background and a background of not having a whole lot of nutrition training or guidance. My weight loss story really came from growing up chubby my whole life, maybe having some physical activities when I was in high school and a bit in college, but really having an emotional connection to food and having an emotional connection to loving to eat. And as I got older, I saw myself being a bit more sedentary, a bit more, I guess, resistant to change, but at the same time, thinking and maybe fooling myself that if I just went to the gym a couple times a week and while I was maybe lifting weights, I was never really breaking a sweat and never challenging myself, that I'd find results. I had idealized what I'd love my body to be like. And that looked like, a David Beckham or somebody with a certain level of, physical fitness, a certain level of physique. But that wasn't possible if I didn't have the guidance and also my own self-discipline, if I didn't buy into the system. And when I met with Jeremy, there were some really hard talks along the way around what it looked like to dial into my diet. Having somebody there not only just to train me from a physical standpoint and go through the workouts, but also translate that to my own workouts. But also having him teach me on nutrition, giving me guidance on what to eat, what not to eat, when to eat. And also at the same time doing the tough body fat measurements and getting real about those data points. Really, some of my kind of success stories through that was I really think hallmarked by what I think are kind of failures or plateaus. When I would work out with Jeremy, I would oftentimes find myself rewarding myself. So I'd have that reward mentality of, had a really tough workout, I'm gonna reward myself with this delicious meal. And as I started to cut those out of my routine, and as I started to get real about shopping, cooking for myself, meal prep, I started to see the weight fall. Now that I found a system, especially with TFW, a very structured system to not only get strong, but to get lean. And I think there's a system as well of just discipline. I know I'm the strongest I've ever been in a holistic way. On the flip side though, I think when you pair it with good nutrition and you pair it with good cardio and good habits like that, there's no reason somebody couldn't lose weight even faster than I did earlier. So I'm pretty pumped about the TFW system because there's actually structure. There's guidance, there's coaching. It seems very holistic, and I think I'd like to see what the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months look like in pairing that up with my lifestyle and having a balanced lifestyle. I would remember there was a time with Jeremy when he took me to the grocery store and we took a look at what we should buy, what I should meal prep with, what made sense, and it clicked. I think that clicked. Another moment really was when I felt like I was plateauing, or I would say, defaulted to rewarding myself and maybe taking it easy with my diet, but also at the same time saying that I had certain goals. And Jeremy said, Nelson, if you want a six-pack, it's not gonna happen by accident. And that mentality started to make sense. It started to make sense of the intentionality, the focus, but also the no-quit attitude. Really, for somebody who loves food as much as I do, loves going out, etc., I really had to dial in and also make it work. I didn't sacrifice going out. I didn't skip any meals. I didn't necessarily go crazy with my cardio, but I found a balance there that allowed me to see the weight fall off and the fat fall off. There's a sense of knowing that there's all shapes and sizes that work out together. It's not about necessarily working out with just elite trainers, CrossFit types. At the same time, not everybody's just a beginner, but there is that aspect of you're here to be the best you could be, so make the most out of it. And I find myself stepping into that. The group training activity is not for everyone. You have to find discipline in your schedule. You still have to show up. You still have to be focused on coming over here and being here on time. That's not for everyone. But for those that can do it, there's an intentionality. It's like saying, I'm dedicated. I'm actually sacrificing my time to go. I'm sacrificing my time to work out. Therefore, I'm not gonna take it for granted. I'm also, I feel like an atypical client, not because I've been with him for so long, 7 consecutive years. That means I've never missed a month for 7 years. I can also say to you that I live a pretty balanced life. Like, once again, I still go out, I still eat what I want, I still cook at home, and I can't say that there's no room for improvement. There's lots of room for improvement, but having the structure is really nice. I think people should consider the TFW system, and here at TFW Bellevue, I think number one for just the setting, right? Come here to get work done. Come here because it's the dojo. It's pretty special. It's a pretty special situation. Come number two because of Jeremy. Come for his expertise, his energy. Come because he's not just a good friend, but he's also a mentor, and he's also somebody who lives a pretty exemplary life. Number three, come here for the group. Come here for the energy. Come and invite your friends. Make this a group activity. Make this a group goal, if you will, to lose weight or be in the best shape of your life. And I think fourth, understand that this system is proven. It's structured in such a way that you're gonna get stronger if you keep following and keep pushing yourself. And I think five, if you're thinking about a training studio, you wanna do some price comparison. That's great and all, but honestly, why would you wanna pay 30 bucks a month or 40 bucks a month for a gym if you're barely growing, if you're barely getting any better? And that's the sell for me. The sell for me is, if I'm not getting better, if I'm not seeing results myself, if I'm not, in all the time that I've worked with a personal trainer, if I'm not getting better, it's not even worth 30, 40 bucks a month. It's price versus value.